What's good, YouTube world? It's Coffee tapping back in with a hip hop blog. Some news for y'all, man. So this whole game Eminem debacle just been going on way too long, and originally died out. And to keep it a buck with y'all, like I said before, the way games move in this whole situation is kind of lame to me, right? Like I get it. He's trying to revive his career. You know what I'm saying? Put the jumper cables or what the defibrillator to the chest of his career, metaphorically speaking, and shock it back to life. You gotta go viral, etc. We know games done this forever. We been talked about this on the channel, but I think it was kind of lame on the sense that Game and Whack were like, yo, the Black Slim Shady joint is ready, it's coming, and then how many months have passed and we never got it? Come on, man. And then at one point, he actually said it wasn't coming, he was done. Well, now with his appearance on the All the Smoke podcast, and again, we're going to cover that in long form over on my secondary channel. We're going to break down everything he said because he spoke on a lot. But like, yo, if you're gonna diss him, drop the damn diss, game. Drop the damn diss. You know. But anyways, now um, I got some questions to ask y'all. Okay. No Life Shaq is very known in the blogosphere. I'm not trying to diss the dude, so I don't want no one to think that. But with all these discussions and debates going back on about how dope is M, who's the better rapper, who would win in a battle with them dissing each other, or whatever the case may be, is going nuts again. It's going crazy. And, a lot of different narratives are always involved in this. You got the stands versus the hip hop heads. Like, you got the casual fans who flock with the music, but they're not necessarily hip hop heads. You know what I mean? But I'm just curious to know where everyone considers No Life Shaq in that sense. Like, shout out to that dude. He's had so much success on his YouTube platform, reacting to Eminem videos and all that. That's dope. Like, good for him. I'm not dissing him, but some of the things I'm seeing going on, I'm just curious to know, because what I'm saying is I don't tap into all his ish like that. Again, not a shot at him, but is he just a stan, or does he really fuck with the music? You know what I'm saying? Like, could Eminem do make the lamest move in the world, um, theoretically speaking, or whatever, and he would be like, oh, it don't matter what Eminem does. You know what I'm talking about? Like the stanism, where it gets to almost like some groupie ish. Is that the type of ish he's on, or no? I don't know. Cause peep it. Let's go over some of these. Some of what people are saying. So first, this individual says the game has spent his entire press run talking down on Eminem, someone he used to praise and admire, all because he's upset that Dre didn't want his ass in the Super Bowl. He's acting like a child. This is why Dre and that camp don't mess with him. So peep it. I agree with a lot of that statement there. We know he's bitter about the Super Bowl. In this new statement, like I said, this new clip that's going around over there from the All the Smoke podcast, where he's talking about the whole Eminem situation. His narrative about Eminem is totally different. It's totally different than what he was saying before. But it's clear, he even was stating like Eminem wouldn't do the Super Bowl if 50 couldn't come with him. He told Dre that, and like, I don't know, you can see he's kind of bitter and butthurt about it, and it's just like, something that I stated before. We've seen with the game, he destroys relationships with people he works, from his Black Wall Street / money gang, blood money, however you want to refer to his camp, his movement that he had going, which once again, it's lame to me that he never, put none of them dudes on, as far as like album wise and whatnot. Like the mixtapes, a lot of great mixtapes out there, but like, I don't know. It was like he held them guys back or something, in my opinion. Introduced them to the fans, but never really did nothing with them. Yeah, it's on them to make it themselves as well, but why even fuck with him then? But yeah, you can see he definitely has a chip on his shoulder about that, for sure. Um, Again, long form video coming on the secondary channel, where we break all this ish down. This person says, I speak for everyone when I say that Kendrick Lamar is way better than M. Comment with your thoughts on that, guys. A lot of people, I'm sure, feel that way. Okay, this dude says, if the game really thinks he's a better rapper than Eminem, he would drop the damn diss track instead of running around like a clown, practically doing a press run about Eminem for months. 100% agree with this. Like, this track was presented to us by Wack and Game as being done. You know, historically, this is what the game does: talk ish and more or less troll when it's album time. And again, like we stated over and over, the game's career is kind of disgraced. He's not in a good place. He's in a hole. All these judgments against him. He's all the way fucked up. He's cooking the books. You know, it's a mess. Well, it's like if it was done, drop the diss. You know what I mean? Then you're not gonna drop the diss. Now you are gonna drop the diss again, and you have a whole different narrative surrounding why you're coming at Eminem. Like, come on, man. This is type corny. I don't know. Comment and let me know if y'all agree. For anyone just new to this channel too, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. That's what we do over here. Now, this guy has an interesting statement. Now, this is something that Matt Barnes and them were talking about on that podcast, and it's a narrative we've heard for the longest time. Billy Joel voice about Eminem, that people respect Eminem's bars like that, his talent, him as an MC, you know, him as a student of hip hop, him as a hip hop historian. Like, people respect his lyrical abilities, but don't necessarily bump his ish like that. As this guy says, Eminem is a better rapper than the game, and I believe he can wrap circles around him and beats him in a battle. But I listened to the documentary more than any Eminem album. I personally listen to Game's discography more, but Eminem is obviously a more dynamic MC. That's not even a debate. So that's another discussion that's going off again. But peep it. This is where we get into the ish about No Life Shaq, as I was talking about. So this dude shares, there's this graphic going around, best selling hip hop albums of all time. Okay, now this is where you get into it with the hip hop heads and casual fans or the stands where you know, people say, yo, does album sales equal greatness as an MC, you know? And something the game was talking about in that whole statement was the Shady Aftermath Interscope machine that was behind Eminem. He said, you know, if he had that full support like that, he could have done the same thing as 50 or Eminem, right? But you got on here Eminem, 12 times platinum, what, the Eminem show, Biggie, Life After Death, 12 times platinum, Eminem, Marshall Mathers, LP 2000, Beastie Boys, Licensed to Ill, 10,000. Eminem, Curtain Call the Hits, '05, 10 times platinum. So this dude shares a tweet from this guy, Will Compton, and he says, this is why you can't have hip-hop convos with casual fans of the culture. He's using record sales as a metric to call Eminem the GOAT. Well, if we slide down here, we will see here's No Life Shaq. And he's saying, Eminem, a guest in hip hop. Oh, okay. And he shares the same chart too. So, again, you know, that whole guest in the house of hip hop thing, that was a conversation started by Lord Jamar. And Eminem actually down the road said that he agreed. So, in the end, like, their issue was deaded and he agreed. So, I don't know. But more or less, with him sharing this, I want to see what some people are saying in the replies here, though. It just raises the question in me as, again, shout out to No Life Shaq. He killed the game. He's living that good life, reacting to Eminem music. He had an amazing come up. But is he just a stan? You know, I say that with him sharing this. Is he just a stan, or you know, is he a hip hop head? I'm curious to know. I watched his ish, but not like that. Someone says hip hop is black music, and M acknowledged he accepts the fact of being a guest as long as many accept him, knowing he does belong in the culture, as he has mad love and respect for it. That's pretty much what I was just saying. He is a guest, just like Jack Harlow is, and he proved why he's a guest. Y'all act like M is the only and best thing in hip hop. A lot of y'all didn't even know what beat the Heart 5 used because y'all don't know the culture. M is not the best in hip hop, and he's a guest too. M is not a guest in hip hop. Stop hating. Again, I don't know. We're just going over some of these, and I'm gonna close this video out. In my opinion, you have to consider more white folks will buy white albums before they'll buy black albums. That was something that Game spoke about on the All the Smoke podcast too. Most of America claim to hate racism, but won't accept a white artist in hip hop like you do, Shaq. No wonder the world ain't getting anywhere with equality works both ways. So there's a narrative as well. Um, you know, racism and hip hop being a black art form, and when you go back to the early stages of hip hop where it originated from in the inner city and stuff like that, and it's just a lot of different discussions. But I just see this whole debate going on. Here we go. Not again. Conversations as old as M's career. Well, would say he's a guest because he ain't black, but that motherfucker owns the house now. Um, some okay. Plus, M has three diamond singles and three diamond albums. They need to stop playing with Marshall. And then someone responded and said he accomplished all of that solely to him being white. If he were black with those same albums and catalog, he wouldn't even be up there. And that's facts. And that's what did Benzino say? If you were a few shades darker, you'd be cannabis. Um, I don't know. So there's a whole lot of different discussions going on there. And with the no life Shaq thing, I just got to say again, I want to know what everyone thinks. Is he simply a stan, or is he a lover of hip hop? Or do some people think you can be both? Um, a lot of people feel the stands. There's a lot of crate like that. The stands be bringing chaos to the narratives and commentary. Like I don't know, man. Just as is about that. But I don't know. Here we go again with this. A lot of these same discussions and debates that have seemed to go on forever. But when it strictly comes to this Eminem game thing, it's like, yo, if you's gonna drop the diss, drop it. I'm sure M already probably has something written up at this point. We know he pays attention to what goes on online. So I'm sure he's got that thing written up, ready to go. And I don't know. I truly believe Game fears Eminem in a sense because it's like you did all this to try to raise a buzz behind your album and everything, which again he historically does with the trolling and ish talking and everything. You did all that, right? Well, and now you claim I used to think M would eat me up, because there's that viral clip of Game talking about people don't want that smoke with the white boy, etc. Now, since this press run started and everything, you're like, I don't believe that no more. And that's it's a whole thing. I'm not going to dive into it, but it's like, well, then drop the diss. It almost seems like he's trying to garner that attention and that buzz, having his name, good momentum behind his name. Because once again, y'all, it's all about the momentum. Never forget that. In life, in music, in business, it's all about the momentum. In sports, everywhere, the momentum meter is what it's all about. But so it almost seems like you want to talk that ish, and garner that attention and that buzz and try to revive your career, and but you don't actually want to engage in it. You want to go as far as talking about the diss is ready, but you don't want to drop it. It feels to me like in the end he's scared. But let me end this thing here. I've been rambling on a bit as I tend to do. I'm just sick of this whole situation. Like if they's gonna, we've said this numerous times on my channel. I say it, and a lot of people agree in the comments. When we don't want to see no artists hurt each other, but when diss tracks are going back and forth, it's exciting competition. It makes for passionate, dope music and creative music, and the competition. So same thing, reason why people tune into boxing or other sports to see that competitive nature, that competitive spirit, and what it, how that interprets into the art, the music. So I'm out of here, y'all. Thanks for watching. Tap in, comment on everything I addressed on this game. Drop it or don't. Shut the fuck up, right? And again, video coming on the secondary channel. Coffee got the keys where we gonna break the whole oh, excuse me, sorry about that. The whole situation down of this recent trip to All the Smoke podcast. I'm gone, y'all. Subscribe. Peace.